last but not least, what I want to get to for the remainder of this first quarter is there's been I love it how people make a story. Saban, Smart split on the grad transfer rule. Of course Kirby split on it. Kirby's going to try to figure out any way he can to be the opposite of Saban or to make it do they disagree, or is one guy going, listen, I'm just following the rule, and the other guy is going, well, I'm pretending like there is no rule. First of all, is there a rule in the SEC or not? Now, I've told you how I feel about the rule, but I also point out I understand why Coach Saban's doing what he's doing. Coach Saban, we talked about it on yesterday. Coach Saban is simply going, guys, if we want free agency, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just go ahead and do the free agency rule. Now, how do we do that? Are there going to be restrictions, et cetera? I don't know. But let me tell you, listeners, why Nick Saban is against it versus the other coaches in the SEC. Okay, one guy brings in the best talent in college football every year. Okay? And I don't even remember the exact statistic, but not only does he bring in the best talent, the 5 stars, what was it, James? Somewhere around 60% or something that end up going in the first round?
According to 247 Sports, is 1 out of every 2 5-star composite players, according to their rankings, that eventually get a first-round pick, and 75% that are drafted in any one of the 7 rounds.
So 3 out of 4 of the players who come here are developed to the level that they go at some point in the NFL draft. And if you're a 5-star, you now have the almost a 1 in 2 chance, a little over 1 in 2 chance. If you go anywhere else, it was 17%. Okay, so not only does he recruit the best talent, he develops it better than everyone else. Okay, so if all of a sudden it's a free-for-all and a kid wants to play in the Southeast and he comes to Alabama and there's a free-for-all grad transfer rule, if you could transfer and not lose any time, Derrick Henry doesn't finish his career at Alabama. Maybe not. Because he had not graduated. So if we're just talking about grad transfers, maybe Derrick Henry doesn't leave. But how many more guys work diligently to get to that graduate degree and have 2-3 years left like Kennedy does? Brandon Kennedy is working on his master's, and he's only in his 3rd year. He just finished his 3rd year. He has 3 years of eligibility left because he got a red shirt, played, and a medical red shirt. This kid was fighting for the starting position at Alabama behind a 4-year starter, James. Even though it's a new position for Ross Pierce-Baker, he has been in the starting rotation for 4 years. And the guy we're talking about leaving was fighting for a position with that guy. Of course you want the free-for-all rule to go. Nick Saban is saying, listen, I don't want it to happen because I don't want free agency. The other coaches are saying, oh, they should be able to go. They should be able to go. Yeah, they're really – let's hear what Kirby Smart had to say, and I'm going to point out a couple points with this guy that shows his hypocrisy. Here's Kirby Smart talking about the grad transfer rule at SEC spring meetings.
Yeah, I think everybody has their preferences. I think that when you poll the SEC, who knows where to fall. We'll certainly find out here shortly. I think it's a lot of silence in the room last year when it was proposed, and now all of a sudden it's got maybe a little more steam. I certainly philosophically feel like if a person graduates from undergrad and they've done their graduation work and they choose to go somewhere else, now the football activists could say they're only doing that for football, but there's 560 student athletes at the University of Georgia, and there's tons of those same student athletes in other sports that they may actively be going to pursue a graduate degree. Most people get a graduate degree where they got undergrad or somewhere else. usually somewhere else. So if they're going to graduate school for that purpose somewhere else, then I don't see the issue with them once they graduate and they've done that and they have a year of eligibility remaining. If they want to do that, I think they should be able to do that. I would certainly be concerned about people trying to recruit seniors and trying to do that. I don't know how you would police that and manage it, just like we do other recruiting things, and not allow that, because I'm not for that. Allowing them to actively recruit them. But if a kid graduates from your school and they've done that, and usually when they're looking to leave, it's for some special reason of graduate school or whatever they want to do. So
Kirby ought to be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself for what he just said. First of all, who are football activists? I don't know who that group of people are. Secondly, he don't think you should recruit seniors. Someone tell me, how does Maurice Smith know that Georgia wants him? Somebody help me understand. A guy fights Nick Saban to transfer to a school, and it becomes a big drawn-out thing, but he had no idea that Kirby Smart wanted him, so Kirby Smart and Georgia had not recruited Maurice Smith? Come on, man. Come on. And listen, I have no issue with guys transferring. I think they should be free to transfer. I think there needs to be some restrictions about when it happens, how it happens, in terms of the calendar, so that you don't just – it's not just about you. It's about you and your teammates. Just like the NFL has free agency, you can't willy-nilly go and transfer whenever you want. But here's the deal. If you transfer, there should be some guidelines around it. Let's quickly get to Kirby's comments versus those who oppose his viewpoint.
I mean, just like we do as coaches, right? Yeah, so that's, I mean, just like I left Alabama and all of those secrets that I learned while I was there, I took with me, and Muschamp took all those secrets from LSU, and Jimbo took all those secrets from LSU, and now Jeremy's got all those secrets. So I just don't see it that way.
Now he's trying to throw shade back. Kirby Smart, Nick Saban built you into the coach you are. Please don't try to be that smart butt that acts like you didn't take. Not only don't put all the other coaches in the same category with you, because it's been rumored that Kirby took stuff. He literally took secrets with him, physical secrets. So don't try to put the other guys. None of the other guys have been accused of taking and doing what Kirby did. So don't put the other guys in the same boat with you, Kirby Smart. Here's Pat with something about Kirby Smart. Welcome in, Pat. What's on your mind?
Morning, sir. First off, I wanted to talk about the crap that is spewing, the manure. We won't call it crap. Let's call it what it is, manure.
No, it's elephant. It's elephant doo-doo. It's elephant doo-doo. That's what.
Okay.
That's what Saban called it.
Yes, dung. I think he called it dung. But anyway, let's go back to and talk about. If he was talking, he said that some people, when they get through school, they go to another school to get a master's degree. That might be true. Alabama is not a directional school. When I say about directional school, I mean like South Alabama, North Alabama, anything like that. You might go to a bigger school in order to get a master's degree, but a master's degree from Alabama carries a lot of weight, same like with Michigan. If it was, and they don't do that either, but this business, let's elate this to the making of a soldier. Let's say an Army Ranger. How much does it cost the United States to make an Army Ranger in comparison to what it costs Alabama from the time you get a high school recruit to the time you make him a D1 national champion? And then for somebody the likes of Auburn or Tennessee to get the benefit of what we spent, do you realize that this was not to save Tennessee or Auburn? This was to save Auburn and Tennessee from Alabama. Was the reason that the rule was put into place. People would want to come to Alabama, not leave Alabama to go somewhere else as a whole. Do you not agree, Martin Houston?
Oh, I think that Alabama, Pat, would definitely benefit from I mentioned a kid that was from Birmingham that was an all-SEC linebacker at Vanderbilt that kid probably would have transferred to Alabama for his last year because he would have played at a high level at Alabama. But Pat, I'm gonna have to run. But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the guys leaving. I don't have a problem with the guys transferring to wherever. Nick Saban, if he has a program that graduates guys in 3 years, then he has to deal with the positive and the negative of that. The positive of that is that Nick Saban has guys who are on graduate schedules, and I was a graduate my senior year. Pat, you know when I had class my senior year in 92? No, sir. I had a class on Thursday night, and I had an independent study class. That was my 2 graduate courses my senior year. You think I didn't get a little extra film study and things in versus the previous 4 falls where I had 18 hours each class? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
And no wonder you were so great.
That's my point. And that's what Nick Saban is creating. That's why these other coaches want these guys, because when they come there, they may start working on their graduate degree, and they may be pursuing a different type of graduate degree, but they're also a player that can come in really quick, learn the playbook, memorize it, and be ready to play at a high level. I got to run, Pat. We'll talk more about that. But
go ahead, Martin. Have a blessed afternoon.